we're back into more Scrap Mechanic. This is Tori at Axolotls In OVERTIME. Now, you may be thinking, Tori, what's this giant creation behind us? Well, today, we're going to be checking it out. And before we start, I want you to know, I have not built this entire thing. I actually modified a previous creation, which would be this, the huge vehicle transport by the Dio Gamer 479. I modified this to be even cooler to its full potential. Now, well, let's just get straight into it. This is meant for transporting cargo and is also a mini base. Now, we got a little sliding door I added. You can open and close on both sides. Here we have the garage door, which just slides down so you can pull in the cargo. Don't mind what happened over there. Some farm bots got into a war. Let's close that on up. Now, here we have the power generator. Shutting this off does absolutely nothing. It just looks cool when it does that. Yep. Serves zero purpose. Here we have a little workbench with a little alarm system, which we'll get into later. Moving up to the second story, this is where things get pretty awesome. Here's the living quarters for when people want to rest, when they're riding their car, or, well, where they're transporting their car. You can, over here you got the light switch, and yeah, you can just chill here, which is pretty awesome. This door brings us to the captain's quarters. Well, not the captain's quarters, but the cockpit. Here we have the navigations. We got the player tracker from the mod pack. As you can see, shows every player in the world. Here we have another version, just flat. And then here is where the cool stuff is. We got these lights, which are connected to sensors, which detect if you hit something. So this light would go on if the sensor on that wall gets triggered if you hit a wall. Same for this one. The front has a front sensor up there, and the one in the back, same. Then this middle one is the sensor to indicate you've bottomed out. Over here, you got random lights, speed, and compass. Now, let's get right into here. So, obviously there is WASD. This thing is massive and it can drive itself. But, if you click number 1, also that green button on the dash there, I'm not clicking any buttons on my keyboard. It just keeps going forward. You can walk around, it's pretty nice. This button, also known as number 2, activates sounds the alarm. Here you go. These little Tobot heads are all around the base, so wherever you are, you'll hear the alarm. It also has flashing red lights everywhere, so you can sound the alarm if raiders happen to come. Which, I have to say, is a pretty cool feature. Now, once your crew aboard the ship hear that alarm, they want to find a way to get revenge on those raiders. So, you go up in the door. Now, this isn't a normal hallway. Click this button. It's a staircase. What? You can climb on up. Here we have the helipad for landing, helicopter themselves. But this is the anti-aircraft turret, where if you hear that alarm, your team will want to come up here and blast those raiders to smithereens. Pow 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 pow. Nothing's getting this cargo. Oh no. Flip. It looks like we're gonna have to go through this again. There's the sensor for the automated system that tells you if you get hit or damaged. You can also, when this is up, you can hit this button, and only when it's up, and it will seal the doors so then you can sleep in privacy. And I do not suggest pushing them at the same time. Bad things will happen. Over here, you got supplies. You got another one of those Tobot heads so you can hear the alarm. And the fancy cargo hold for special cargo. There's another door here. Okay, so this is where the cool stuff's at. Hit this button. This is where your fancy cargo will be held. And it opens her up. Now, this is the tractor beam module I've used many times. Green goes up, red goes down, and this switch disables it. It's automatically on. Now you can have your friend bring the cargo up. It'll get locked into position. You can pop it up, and then you can just bring it right on in. It does sometimes get stuck on the door, but not always. Oh, I forgot to... No. Well, this is a perfect time to demonstrate the other things it can do. Highly suggest having something actually in the tractor beam when you close it, so then that just happened doesn't happen. You can have this little vehicle here. The door got jammed. Wonderful. Sometimes the doors do get jammed. We're going up here. Time to test out this tractor beam. So, one goes up. That goes out. Okay. Perfect. Oh, I almost did an MLG move. Back it up. Beep, 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 and we're on. So we can pull it up. We'll bring it up higher later. Okay. So the next step you're gonna want to do, you gotta be careful on this one. You gotta walk up here, make sure it goes all the way up, like so. Gets a little bit laggy, but it'll be solved later. Pull her in, and hope it doesn't get stuck. Yeah! I celebrated too soon. Mayday, mayday! Is it still in the tractor beam? It is. Phew, but it's stuck inside of it. Yeah. No. That's better. It's much better. Yep, we can resolve. We can resolve. Yay! 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 We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. I should just click this button before you start driving, because if you don't, bad stuff will happen. So now you got your special cargo and the special cargo hold. Now, let's get her going to drop off this cargo. You just hit the switch. It takes a little bit to warm up, but yeah. I also forgot to mention, on this little seat, the keys are invisible in the hotbar, but you got cameras all around. That's the bottoming out camera. And then you got the back camera. Uno, dos, and tres. So you can see what's behind you if there's any raiders. You can see what's in front of you if you get if you happen to end up crashing. And then 2 is if you happen to fall into a canyon, which I highly suggest won't be happening. Looks like we're not getting enough speed here, so we can warm her up. If you click W while it's, see, now it's going up, and then it'll just sustain that speed most of the time. You can just turn her up. We'll sound the alarms for no reason. And there we have it. So, I'm purposely going to line this up so he crashes into that wall eventually. Yep, we're definitely going to crash into the wall. And yeah, so this has been Tori at Axolotls in Overtime. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!